Can you hear me? Hi, everybody. Hello. We back and we back. All right, let me get my YouTube up. Oh, so nice. It shows me. YouTube Studio. We back at the second week. I almost didn't show up today. I almost didn't show up, but I had to for my fans. I gotta get through the headache, the the pain, the suffering, and just go for the goddamn thing. Yo, yo, yo. All right, I got my chat up. What is up? By the way, my talking is delayed. It still has latency on the stream. I think I have to change it in the actual stream settings. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reset the stream real quick so that I can change the latency settings. 1 second. I'm actually gonna end the broadcast to make it so that it's on low latency. Hold on. Missed all my messages? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, be right back, be right back. But I'm wondering, can I like just change? It won't let me change it live, which I don't like. Stream over already? Hashtag scam. Yo, Carmen, you ready to see the raw as fuck picture that I drew last time? Maybe yeah, I'm just gonna keep it on. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna keep it on. There's just no point. It's okay. I'll deal with the delay. I'll deal with the delay because it's just too much fucking work. A man's gonna deal with the delay. Okay. I low key today may open up. I don't know. I have so many things I need to. I have so many things that I need to work on. Thank you, Carmen. I will eventually. This is like a relatively new instance of Windows. I still have to clean up a bunch of shit. Alright, let's see. What did I talk about last time? Alright. This is my notes from my last stream last Thursday. Start thinking about the core gameplay systems, how they're gonna work up, how they're gonna work. Got that down. I might start working on like the details of the class card. I might start giving some like data properties to things, like thinking about how the data is gonna be spread out, and I might start doing the it's Obsidian. And then I might start doing the I might start here. I'll go over all the stuff that I made already. So this is kind of the idea that I drew in one of my streams for how I kind of want the organization spread out for my game in terms of like the coding aspect of it. And I separated it into 3 layers: a presentation layer, a gameplay slash systems layer, and the core layer. The idea is that there are going to be some base managers at the core layer. These managers will then be a communication between the systems, all rising up and affecting and populating all the stuff in the front end. So the player data, UI, HUD, etc. I made some like core rules that I kind of went over of just like things that I want to keep consistent when I actually start coding the thing. um try to get things done through the signal bus, try to do as little direct references as possible between things, and communication for events will happen in the signal bus. So if a player gets damaged, for example, that signal will then get emitted to all the other things that need to listen to it, and it will send the data, health, damage, etc. So I started working on that. I went through the architecture. I kind of went through the idea in my head of how the signal bus is going to be sort of coded. And we're going to have a bunch of signals. There will be player signals, combat signals, progression signals. And when a signal goes off, it will then send to the rest of the page. And also, let me turn on my zoom so that people can see things. When my event goes off and goes off to everybody and it emits, it's then going to go to all the other things that it's required to do. So when a player gets damaged, for example, it will then emit a signal to the UI system to change the severity bar. Go to the audio manager to change the audio. Send out an audio message. Ow, whatever. Change the health bar look. So there's like a bunch of things that you could do, and that's kind of the idea that I had. I started working on the narrative, the look of the game. I wrote like some aesthetic choices I want for my guy. Kind of gave the idea of what Echo's gonna be, what he's gonna look like, his overall general vibes. And then last stream, I had an idea for the villain, my boy Hezekiah. And I'm thinking what I'm gonna do today. Let me start thinking of my daily notes. Today I'm probably going to do a simple setup of isometric camera. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like had like this crazy idea about him. I don't know if you ever heard of the story about like Hezekiah and like the Bible and like his story in the Bible. I kind of had like a crazy idea about how to make like an antithesis to like his character in that, which is like a very like brainwashy sort of like patronizing. He praised God, blah blah blah. I have like an idea for him. Yeah, I know. All right. I'm thinking one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have checkbox. I think I have to do it like this. All right. So, what's the first thing I'm gonna do? I'm thinking the first thing I'm going to do is actually start working on the intro flow of the game and initial dialogue. I think I'm gonna start working on that. Start thinking about how I want like the initial game to be. Initial part of the game, which is like gonna be like the tutorial area, what you're gonna learn, the dialogue choices, etc., and just kind of get the idea like written down, so that I kind of get a feeling of what to work on as I'm starting it. Maybe I write a list of features that I need to accomplish for a prototype. I think I'm gonna need to do that. Um, Start thinking about data for class cards, players, NPCs. Echo. Players. By players, I mean Echo. Etc. Maybe write down and draw more for a character for my character concepts slash work on scrap heap. Let me review what I had from last time. Scrappy is a town founded by Amias after abandoning nomadic lifestyle and embracing the Soviet pieces where the home is. At the center of this scrap heap, they found a book on pre-world lore. Lore is about an old war some time ago. People of this town revealed it as a Bible and even named some of their children after the people in it. Him and his wife Margaret and a few other nomadic settlers landed on this pile of scrap and stayed there for the next 200 years. After many generations, scrap heap is now a part whole was now a small part of the larger world of solitude with around 30 to 40 settlers, a mayor, a merchant, and even a tavern. Many notable people from Echo's story will show up here. Yeah, my boy Remington. Thinking we got my girl Lucia to. We're gonna reference Lucia as this is gonna be the merchant character. Remington was gonna be your sidekick. Sidekick and story. Oh, sidekick, mayor, quest giver, slash artifact holder. She is going to be the merchant. Yeah. Right. All right. All right. Let's begin. Let me check boxes. Insert paragraph task list. All right. I guess this is where I start thinking about the intro of the game. And that will go in our narrative section in episode 1. And then I'm going to use this storybook. We're going to add a scene. And I guess the first scene we are going to call is going to be called intro. So now it's time to start thinking about the intro of how this is all finna come together. Perfect. Yes, that is the idea. Work with me as I go. Hashtag parallel play. That's the idea. The idea is parallel play as we all work on our own shit together. Managing my stream real quick before I truly begin. I'm gonna call scene 1 is gonna be called Awakening. I'm thinking I'm gonna have black text. Black text flashing red appears on the screen. And then I'm thinking it's gonna start off with like a boot sequence. Like his boot sequence reawakening after like so many years. And this is gonna be like kind of like a visually it will look like an old terminal screen booting on its software for the first time. Have shit like memory boot sequence initiated. Memory banks corrupted. Oh, and then I have a good idea. At the start, we'll have like he's gonna be like affected by the signal. So it'll be like signal detected, and then it'll like flash out of this screen to like the actual isometric view of the actual scene. Booting mainframe. Welcome back, Unit Echo. Welcome back, Unit Echo '07. Boot sequence initiated. Memory banks corrupted. Signal detected. Signal detected. Booting mainframe. Emergency combat mode initiated. We are then zoomed out to see a. But I'm thinking here in the project, I'm gonna need to have. Gonna need to have a. Think about it in a minute, but I'm gonna have like a flags page because I'm gonna have to start thinking about like the flags that get triggered. Narrative flags. And we'll start thinking of these as we go. Black text flashing red appearing on the screen. Visually, it will look like an old terminal booting for the first time. Boot sequence initiated, memory banks corrupted, signal detected, booting mainframe, emergency combat mode initiated, welcome back, Unit 07. Echo is a rusty old pre-war crank abandoned in the dust of solitude. Through the grains of sand burying him, we see red glowing eyes emerge from the dunes. Memory initialization activating. mainframe personality sequence engaged. And then we'll have here we will have the player choose their starting stats. They will get a 7-point spread, choosing from 0 to 4 max on each of the 5 truths they can pick from. Example stat spreads that can be chosen. Now let me go to my 5 truths. Let me copy them bad boys down. Narrative. Me when I am copy and pasting my shit. Oh, we also, oh my god, I'm happy I looked at this. I ended up actually adding some characters. All episodes and stories have an oracle, right? I wanted the oracle to also be like some type of narrator in the story where he's like, "You ain't never met, you ain't never met a friend like him." Oracle cuts in, says a couple things. You ain't never heard of a, you ain't never something something. You ain't never heard of the. I don't know. Let me think about it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Or they could choose something like let players decide which truths they will attune towards so that they can be affected by the story and options presented. First choices for player appear after picking stats. So they knew how narrative system works. Grit 1. Trail 1. Cipher 1. Influence 1. Iron 1. Alright, and each of them are gonna have something. Each of them are going to have dialogue options now. This will be in reactions to you waking up for the first time after being asleep for over 2,000 years type shit. I'm gonna get back to this. I don't know what he should say yet after he wakes up. Unsure. We'll get back to this for his dialogue choices. Once he selects that, you're gonna see him say memory fragment recovered. Corrupted data file. Corruption. Let me look up cryptic letters hacking font. Oh. What is quick? Oh, what the hell? Does this looks like this when I copy it? It does. Whoa, that's cool. Glitch text editor. So messed up. I like it though. Craziness level will be low. Files missing. Oh my god. Crazy clip. Me when the clip goes crazy? Screaming horror noises. You did something terrible, didn't you? You say in your own mind. You awaken. Remington drops down from a hole in the sand dune you are trapped in. Sand cascading around them. They have a rifle in hand. And a metal detector in their right. They have a rifle in their left hand and a metal detector in their right. Well, shit, a pre-war crank. Remington slowly approaches with. I think he doesn't have like a pistol. I feel like he wouldn't have like a rifle. Uh, well, shit. I did not expect another crank to be waking up. Well, shit. I didn't expect another crank to be waking up. Looks like I got me a nice. Looks like I got me a nice piece of mares. Walks closer. Approaches with caution. Cautionda. Mayor gonna be real happy with this one. Well, shit. I didn't expect another crank to be rustling away here in these old dunes. Walks closer, approaching with caution. Ooh wee. Mayor gonna be real happy with this one. Looking like we can make two scooters out of this one's arms, and hell, the chest piece looking like a nice dinner plate for the Roberts. Remington. Wait. Remington takes out his signal scanner and pings it off the robot. The scanner pings drastically as he hovers over Echo. Grit 1. Huh. Eyes open wide. Hell, and he done got an artifact inside him too, don't you? This gonna be one hell of a low back. This gonna be one hell of a load back to scrap heap. One hell of a load back to scrap heap. Hell, he done got an artifact inside him too, don't you? This gonna be one hell of a load back to scrap heap. I don't know what I am. Oracle. Your automated defense system activates, starts shooting violently around the room. I, I, um, Remington Cutter. I wanted to give him a last name. Remington Cutter, Remington. Remington Trust. Remington Trust -1. Let's see. Weather. Remington. Uh-huh. I don't know what I am. My memory banks seem to have been terminated. I don't know what I am. Remington, huh? This crank got memory problems? Thinking he's all dysfunctional, like considering the waste been rusting your bolts. My memory banks have been formatted to appropriately save my system architecture from falling apart. Flashing my memory was the only way for me to survive. Remington? Black text flashing red appears on the screen. Visually, it will look like an old terminal booting for the first time. Boot sequence initiated, memory banks corrupted, signal detected, signal detected. Booting mainframe emergency combat mode initiated. Welcome back, Unit Echo 07. We are then zoomed out to see the scene is grim. Echo is a rusty old pre-war crank abandoned in the dust of solitude. Through the grains of sand burying him, we see red glowing eyes emerge from the dunes. Data visualization activating, mainframe personality sequence engaged. Here we will have the player choose their starting stats. They choose stat spread. You awaken. Remington drops down from a hole in a sand dune you are trapped in, sand cascading around him. They have a janky looking old pistol in their left hand and a metal detector in their right. Well, shit. I did not expect another crank to be rusting away here in these old dunes. Walks closer and approaches with caution. Notices the oddly strange condition this one crank is in. Ooh-wee, Mayor gonna be real happy with this one. Looking like we could make two scooters out of this one's arms. Hell. Chest piece looking like a nice dinner plate for the Roberts. Remington takes out his signal scanner and pings it off the robot. The scanner pings drastically as he hovers over Echo. Hell, and he don't got an artifact inside him too, don't you? It's gonna be one hell of a load back to Scrap Heap. Wonder where you came from. Echo player character, eyes wide open. I don't know what I am. Huh? This crank got memory for brains? Huh? This crank got memory for brains? Thinking he's all dysfunctional, like considering the waste been rusting your boats? You awake, thinking you're all dysfunctional, like considering the waste been rushing your boats. Been rusting your bolts. My memory banks have been My memory banks have been formatted to appropriately save my system architecture from falling apart. Flashing my memory was the only way for me to survive. Remington runs to dodge the barrage of bullets and weaponry that come out of Echo, shooting around the sand dune alone. Defense mode temporarily offline. Your automated Your automated defense system activates and starts shooting violently around the room. Remington runs to dodge the barrage of bullets and weaponry that come out of Echo shooting around the sand dune. Of all that is signal, can you watch where you are pointing that thing? Of all that is signal, can you watch where you are pointing that thing? Look, I don't know what your deal is. Look, I don't know what your deal is. Frankly, I'm just looking for mystical artifacts. Name's Remington. That puts you ahead of most things on Solitude. Name's Remington. And here in these wastes, I don't care if you are potential. I don't care if you are a robot who is on a mission to kill the human race. No, I did not misplace any. I'm trying to sell them and get a few shiners while I'm at it too. Thank you very much. Name's Remington. And here in these ways, I don't really care who you are. I don't really care who you are. You're walking and talking and not. and not trying to kill me. That puts you ahead of most things on Solitude. No, I did not misplace any. I'm trying to sell them and get a few shiners while I'm at it too. Thank you very much. Name's Remington. And here, in these ways, I don't really care who you are. You're walking and talking and not trying to kill me. That puts you ahead of most things on Solitude. There's a town half day's walk or so from here. I'm headed there now if you want to come with me. Remington. All right. I've been doing a good job. I am feeling very like I am cooking. I am on the cooking spree. Black text flashing red appears on the screen. Visually, it will look like an old terminal booting for the first time. Boot sequence initiated, memory banks corrupted, signal detected, signal detected. Booting mainframe, emergency combat mode initiated. Welcome back, Unit Echo 07. We are then zoomed out to see the scene is grim. Echo is a rusty old pre-war crank abandoned in the dust of solitude. Through the grains of sand bearing him, we see red glowing eyes emerge from the dunes. Data visualization activating. Mainframe personality sequence engaged. Here we have the player choose their starting stats. They will get a 7-point spread, choosing from 0 to 4, max on each of the 5 truths, so they could pick from Grit 1, Iron 2, Cipher 2, Influence 1, Trail 1. Grit 4, Iron 1, Cipher 1, Influence 1, Trail 0. First choice will be some type of choice that will show them how the mechanic works. Memory fragment recovered. Corrupted data file. Corruption. Files missing. Screaming horror noises. I should put the link to this. Useful links. It's one. Glitch text generator. Good for glitchy text on preliminary ideas. All right, I think I'm gonna actually start working on the. I might take a break, or let me finish this. I might take a break from this specific portion. I've been working on this story part for a while now. Awakening. I feel like I got a lot. I feel okay. Wait, let me write his response. Thinking of actually having it roll on a formula and getting rid of the actual. I'm thinking like you could try the grit responses for no matter what, and then based on the difficulty, maybe they'll have difficulties that like you roll against. I haven't decided that yet, actually. Name's Jibediah. Jibediah. You got a soda machine? Delicious little soda machine here on a Nuka Cola, Nuka Cola. Alright, here. Let's see. Influence. I'm thinking, okay, wait, hold on. Maybe you just pick the ones you want to level them instead of there being like stat requirements that are necessary for them. And then they just level the ones you want. Either way, I'm leaving. Remington! Remington! Safe? Done nothing safe around here. Nothing being safe around here. We're gonna do that thing. We're gonna do the thing where they could have a choice that they're so clearly not supposed to pick at the beginning that it leads to a game over, and they just have to like replay the first couple minutes of the. Awakening, awakening. We all have an awakening. Safe. Nothing been safe around here for hundreds of years. I know the paths and the ways to pass the smasher camps. This should be on like a separate line, I think. I know the paths and the ways to pass the smasher camps. Couple of places we could check for water caches too. Although you're cranking everything. Might not mean much to you. Get on up. I almost scrapped you. Well, come on. Get on up. I almost scrapped you. My memory banks have been formatted to appropriately save my system architecture from falling apart. Flashing my memory was the only way for me to survive. Your automated defense system activates and starts shooting violently around the room. Remington runs to dodge. Name's Remington. Here in these ways, I don't really care who you are. You're walking and talking and not trying to kill me. That puts you ahead of most things in solitude. There's a town half-day walk from here or so from here. We've got a mechanic that might be able to get you all spruced up. Maybe poke around in that head of yours, figure out if they can recover your drive. I'm headed there now if you want to come with me. Echo, what's in it for you? Maybe nothing. Maybe at the end of all this, a functional pre-war crank is worth something to the right buyer is all. Maybe I'm just curious. Either way, I'm leaving. Nothing safe. Nothing's been safe around here for hundreds of years. I know the paths and the ways to pass the smasher camps. Couple old places we could check for your water caches too. Although you're cranking everything. Black text flashing appears from a screen. All right. Tutorials. The initial scene has been written for my game. God, the first scene. Holy shit. Took goddamn long enough. Took goddamn fucking long enough. I think that's good for now in terms of the first scene. I'm liking the direction. I'm liking the direction. I'm feeling emotional. Feeling like I'm starting to get the ideas that I wanted. Quick and simple. I'm imagining it in my brain. Now time to draw it. What's the next course of action? I think I'm gonna start hitting Krita and make a little painting of this scene. Make a little shitty painting of this scene type beat to give some energy. Oh, hello there. That's me. I'm the blob. Hello there. That's me. I'm the blob. Wow, writing can really take some fucking time. All right. New image. Maybe what happens if I make it the US style comics template? Huh, maybe I do this. Maybe this will make it easier for me and I just like make each of the things scenes. All right, here we go. First visualization. The Linux terminal type beat. All right. This has. What happens if you do this? Oh. What the hell? That's crazy. It's not like a normal fill box. This is a drawing program, bro. I forgot. Black. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Not really following the rules of the comic this look. This has got to be white. Hold on, let me take what I wrote from my obsidian here. Make it white. Let's make the text. Do we have like a glitchy text? Maybe it should just be like a very glitchy text font. Glitch fonts. They have a glitch category on font space. It's deciding not to load. Doesn't want to actually load, but it has it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's fake news. Need glitchy fonts. Hack fonts. Yep. Wait, what if I go to Google Fonts? Do they have like a hacker? I feel like if I type in hacker, it will... something will come up. Happy, rugged, excited. No, futuristic. Techno. Pixel. Whoa. Coral pixels. Damn, that's cool. Coral pixels. Wait, we're talking. Oh, I like this one a lot. Me, I like this one. Boom, 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 boom. Has it read coral pixels yet? It's got Dogica. But that's not the one I want. I want coral pixels, bro. No. This should have its own line. This should be coral pixels. I think I need to restart the program, unfortunately. Krita, art, episodes, awakening. Back to the Krita, back to the Krita. Here we go. Let's see, is Coral here now? Coral? Are you here, Coral? Yeah, it is. Hell yeah. Wow. Whoa, this is like the weirdest font I've ever used. I kind of like it. It honestly might be too crazy. I don't think I could read it. I mean, it's okay just to get the idea across, but I mean, it's so hard to read, even though I think it's so sick. On a black background, it's not good. Let's give this a nice border. This TV. It's gonna have a nice red border because red signifies trust. And that's what we want to indicate in our players, trust and joy. I want them to feel trust. I truly do. Scene 2. This sketch, I'll do the background just to kind of get an idea here. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Where's the selector tool? Control. Yeah. This red that I did, it has to be a lot brighter. Na 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 na. Making my games ideas. Echo, we're gonna miss you. Echo, yes, I'm sorry. Your life is going to be a living hell. Oh, yes, Echo, your life's gonna be a living hell. Yes, it is. And I am sorry. I am sorry for that. Not what I wanted. But it is what it is, in fact. I said I'm sorry, Echo. I'm sorry for what's been done. Just so hard to find out why your life has been undone. Maybe he'll be in a black coat, because that's fucking awesome. Maybe his coat will be black. He's gonna be on some Organization 13 shit, bro. I think he's gonna be on some Organization 13 fucking shit, bro. Why? It's gonna be like he was wrapped in a body bag, but really it's a cloak. Smile. Life has been undone. My name's Echo. I'm Echo. I'm an echo of who I wanna be. I'm an echo of who I ought to be. Me and you, we will say today, we're sorry, Echo. Boop. My boy's down for the count. My boy's down for the count. Alright, now where's this fill tool? This thing? How much should it do? He really wrapped up in the sand. He's so fucked up and he's so bland. We have the power of Echo. Echo, I am sorry. Hey, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, here are my boys. Here, let's do this with the sketching pencil first. I need to kind of draw where they're gonna be as an idea before I start really cooking off. Perfect. Black lines here. Let's make a new layer. I'm gonna go get a snack. BRB. I'm gonna go get a snack. BRB. Making coffee. BRB. Pouring my shizerp right now. I got the shizerp. Okay. Back to gaming. Me when my friend is in parallel play. Hmm. This is kind of disgusting. but in a good way though. Alright, I'm taking a break from this, I think. Break from my episode 1 art. I do break from my episode 1 art. I do break from my. Oh my god, this is crazy. I got the architecture on lock right now. Ugh. This is disgusting in a good way. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Alright, I'm gonna go in the Godot project for a bit, I think, and start cooking on some shit. But nothing crazy. Like I might set up like the base scene, the signal bus script that I'm gonna need to read documentation for because I kind of forgot like everything about the signal bus. Signals, Godot. Let's get this Godot up. Let me install the dialogic engine. That's also gonna be a thing that I need to do. Dialogic install. Getting started Dialogic 2. This is gonna be an important part of my game that I need to ascertain and assess. Hi Tuna. Oh, my kitty got down here. Oh boy, and she's looking to hankering too. She's looking for a hankering. She want to get up here and enjoy the time as well. Okay, let's first create a new folder. How shall I organize this Godot hierarchy? That's going to be a big question that I don't want to rush into too quickly without really thinking about it. The add-ons are gonna get added with the add-ons. I guess I need to make an auto loads folder. This is gonna have, and in the auto loads, this will have our script. This is going to hold our signal bus. Wait, I think did I do new script? Create new script. Yeah. Oh, what will it inherit? I don't think it inherit anything. I don't know. Signal bus, right? Then we'll add all of our managers here when we get the chance. Then we're gonna have our resources folder that will like hold our data. Resources. Characters. Combat. Characters, combat, resources, items, enemies, dialogue. What else needs to be like What else needs to be like extrapolated? I don't know. It'll come to me when it comes to me. Right? Class cards? Is that under items? That would be more like artifacts. But I guess items could hold the artifacts and class cards. Smile. Then we'll make a create new folder scene. This will hold all of our scenes like main menu, episode 1 scene, episode 2 scene, episode 3 scene. Hold all of that information for us. Guess we're going to have a scripts folder, right? Be a scripts folder, hold all of our scripts. But it's like low key. I don't know. It's so hard to say if you want the scripts and the actual scenes together, like in one place, or if you want to put the script somewhere separate and the other stuff somewhere separate. I don't know. It's hard to say. Data, data folder to hold like data, assets to hold assets, right? Scripts to hold scripts, resources, scene. I feel like one of them I want to have will just be like the player. I don't know, but maybe in resources, that's where. In resources, we're going to have a new folder called Echo that's going to hold all of the main characters. Main characters, data, and information, and things like this. Alright. Low key, I need to like remember. Okay, wait, let me actually install Dialogic 2. This is gonna be really important. This portion. Alright, here we go. Dialogic 2 requires 4.0 or greater. If you don't know what version you have installed, look at the bottom of the Godot editor. Looking at the bottom, 4.5.1. Download the zip file here for your desired Dialogic version. Okay. Alright, let's try Dialogic 2.0 Alpha 19. 2 days ago. Great. Hope this alpha won't break anything. Do they have like a stable release or no, they all are called alpha. Then I'm definitely gonna do the latest version, cause why not? You can now create events by dragging files. Okay, great. I don't really care about all this. I'm gonna have to learn how to use it. That's gonna be the problem. Source code zip. Okay. Now I got that. Okay, download the zip here. Extract the add-ons folder. Move the yeah, that's this is gonna go um this is going to go extract all dialogic Take this, add-ons, drag, put it in here. Did I do it? Oh god. Okay. Scanning actions. It has been added to the... Okay, now let's verify I have res add-ons dialogic. Done. Head to project settings. Click the plugins tab. Tick enabled next to dialogic. Close. Restart Godot. Save and quit. Okay. Let's try it out. Right. And here we go. We have it. Dialogic 2. I'm going to have to read about this because this is the one that I am going to be looking at. Timeline. Character. Reference manager. Oh, that's the helpers are the ones that are on the top right. I don't see none of this. Okay. To create a timeline, press the Add Timeline button. Oh. Oh, we're gonna need this. .NET SDK not found. I think I should take this before anything. Okay. All right. Visit downloads. Download .NET SDK. Let's get this download cooking. Num yum 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 yum. Did I do it? Oh, okay, yeah, I did. Did I do it? Yes. Nothing is fake news. Nothing is fake news. Everything's real. Everything's real. Nothing is fake news. Nothing's fake news. Everything's real. Everything's real. Setting up the Microsoft .NET SDK. Visual editor. Each event has a movable block with easy to move fields. Right. Text editor allows you to write events in pure text format, provided syntax auto-completion, make writing timelines super efficient. You can mix and match as you please. Events. Each timeline conveys events and dialogue equips you with many built-in ones. You can easily create more. Create and manage characters inside a dialogic. Use built-in text actions. Create events and timelines in code. We could do translation for everything, which is cool. Using the music event, we'll fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out things. Okay, so this is it. You use dialogic dot and then dot text dot portrait, so it probably exposes a few of them. I'm gonna have to look at the API for that, but it's probably gonna expose dot text dot portraits and a few other ones to get the data. Wow, there's so much. Look at the saving and loading. Okay, you make an object, you save text into it with the current info.text, and then here you getting the time, and then here you're saving the game with the extra info. So the extra info is the current text. If you want to display your save games on your custom save game layer, you can access it via dialogic.save.getSlotInfo. Huh. I'm wondering if I could use this to just not have to write a whole save game. Right, it's like took a whole saving and loading logic already baked in. Like, why do I need to have another one? But I don't know. I have to think about it because it's like, the info I need to save? It's like not going to be that much info I need to save. Progression, I don't know, progression type, the stats of the player, like relationships with the characters, story, like where you are in the story. Like, the rest of it, like, it doesn't really need to be saved. Glossary is a cool feature. They really cooked with this one. They have text effects. Oh, you can emit an event from Dialogic's UI, which is fire. Right. Because then you can emit a signal to like play events, things that have to do with your character, etc. A lot of good things in there. A lot of good things in there. Close. All right. I think I am going to pop off for now because I have done so much in the past 2 hours and 20 minutes that I think I'm going to stop. I honestly might make all my future streams like 2.5 hours. Like, I'm starting to tucker out immensely. Immensely. On day 4, created first day's worth of dialogue for the game. Okay, that's the docs. The actual game added in Dialogic. Dialogic has been added to the game. Okay, push origin, fetch origin, all good. Got that, got that. Gonna post in the group chat my sauce. And then I'm out of here. And we did it. Love to see a good web. Carmen, thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. I am done. I will see you on the flip side. Goat. I have done a bunch of shit. Started the actual project. I started setting up my Godot. I wrote a whole, I don't know if you could see, but I wrote a whole friggin' where is it? Starting from here all the way to here, I wrote like the first page of dialogue. I was voice acting it like 90% of the time. Yeah, I wrote this whole page of dialogue. I got just like a bunch of shit. Yeah, I was like coloring. I was like drawing the Krita drawing, trying to get the ideas out of my head. All right. Well, it was fun. I'm gonna be back on tomorrow at like 9 p.m. I'm gonna start working on the code. Just like I'm gonna work on like the isometric camera code. Start working on that. Player movement, like just basic player movement, things like that. But it was fun.